Hey, what's up, Heidi? Welcome to another tutorial on my channel. In this tutorial, we're going to be building a simple social media website using Laravel. Alright, so you can see I'm on the login page. Basically, I can go ahead and log in my account. Alright, so I can go ahead and log in my account. So you can see this is messages part. So I'm just going to leave messages here. And this is our post that we can create. We can create a post, we can like, we can unlike, we can also comment. Amazing, nice. We can post a comment. Okay. We can post a comment, we can like, as you can see. Also, we can also message the user by clicking this, or you can say, bro, are you there? Are you there, bro? So bro, are you there is actually there. So we can go ahead and go ahead and open incognito mode, and let's go ahead and log in with that account, with the other accounts here. Password. Okay, so which is on this two there. Message, we can see, bro, are you there? Yes, I am. Alright. Send. So yes, I am. Editor back there. Yes, I am. Alright, so basically you're gonna be learning how to create migrations, controllers, use Livewires, message, post, upload images, and so on and so forth. Alright, if you're hyped, make sure you like, subscribe, and let's just dive into it. Alright, so what we're gonna go ahead and do now is we're going to Google and search for Composer, because basically we're going to be using Composer to install Laravel, and Composer is like a package manager for PHP. And basically go ahead and install Composer. It's stuff for your operating system, be it Windows or Linux. Just go ahead and install it. Done. Once that is done, you can head over to the Laravel official website. Okay, laravel.com. Beautiful. So what we're going to go ahead and do is search for go to the documentation here. Also in the documentation, what we're gonna go and do it. Go ahead and do is you see where you have your first Laravel project here. Go ahead and copy this code. Alright, then you rename your project's name, or you install Laravel globally using Composer. So meaning if you should open your terminal, okay, and you do Laravel, actually, then you see this here. So meaning Laravel is installed on my system. Right, so it depends on you how you want to do it. So basically, to create my project, so I'm going to cd inside where I want to create it. So I'm going to cd inside documents. Okay, so once I'm inside document, we're going to create a new project. We are doing Laravel, sorry, new social app. So we can call it social app. Basically, I'm creating a project with the name social app, and you can see Laravel is already creating the project in the folder called social app. So yeah, you have to wait for this to finish up. Alright, nice. As you can see, our project has been created already. So what we can go ahead and do is just cd into the social app. Alright, so basically the name of the project is created. So I'm going to open this up in Visual Studio Code. Alright, good. So basically we are done with the first part. Which is setting up our project. Alright, so now our project has been set up already, let's get started by diving into authentication system. So we're going to be building an authentication system. Basically, we're not going to be building it from scratch, because Laravel has a package that does. So what we're going to be using, we're going to be installing Laravel Breeze. Right, so Breeze is a framework that makes authentication easier when you work with Laravel. Basically, once you install the package, it ought to like create the application stuff. Also, we don't need to write the login, register, forget password logic. We don't need to do that. So it does that for us by default. All right, so with that in mind, so we have a database name here. So it's the name of our project. So let's go ahead and create a database. So basically, I have my Laravel running already, so I can head over to my PHP admin. Okay, so I can head over to my PHP admin. Then in the PHP admin, there you guys will create our project. So if you don't have Laravel, I can go ahead and download Laravel. Okay, and if you're not a fan of Laravel, you can go ahead and download Xampp. Alright, just make sure you have SQL running. So I'm in Laravel here. I'm gonna create a new project. So the new project database on me is going to be called social app. So I just copy that, then I click on create. And basically, yeah, we've connected our database to the project. And if your database, like your PHP admin, has a username and a password, why not specify them in this case, your username and password. So my password is empty and my username is root. Why? So is that easy as that? Good. So now let's go ahead and set up the authentication. So in this place here, I want you to go up, then you look at packages. So under packages here, then we have Breeze. Okay, look for Breeze, look for Breeze. Okay, so Breeze is the first one here. So the best thing to do is follow the documentation. So let's go ahead and click on this. So we want to require this in our project. So you can go ahead and copy this. So where we have our terminal here, you can paste here and click enter. Make sure you are in the directory of your project, like where you created a project. Make sure you are inside of it. Okay, good. Now let's wait for this to finish up. Alright, so you can see it has been created already. So let's go back to Chrome. So what I want to do is now do PHP artisan please install. Alright, so this is like install all the packages or the necessary things. The verb store in the stack in the blade stack, which is alright simple blade template. So this will install the templates for us that we need to make use of our Breeze here. So good for this to actually install. Okay, and I think alright, so you can see it has been added already. So what we want to do is now do npm install, then npm run dev. Okay, so let's do npm install. So this install packages, then npm run dev. So this will run the production for us so that we're able to see already, because basically if you're not doing npm run dev, you will not be able to see the css on the screen. So since we have that running already, so what we want to do is now open our terminal here. Okay, so once you're in terminal here, we want to do PHP artisan migrate. So let's first migrate everything we have in our database. So it has been migrated already. We should go back to our database now and check the structure. See, we have some few tables inside of it. Okay, you can see, good. All right, and basically last thing we have to do is just do PHP artisan serve. You can see our project is running. We should click on the URL there. You see our project is running. So for you to know that it has been installed, you see this login and register here. So click on login. You see we have this login, and you click on this place. You see we have this register. Basically, if I should go ahead and put the wrong detail and I click login, you should be redirected back by saying our username. Yeah, registration does not match our record. Alright, good. So let's dive into creating a dashboard part. Alright, so the issue is basically because most posts has a like, so it is a collection. So a collection should be what should be looped. In our case, we don't want to like one two loop. So basically what we can do is head over to our posts. We have this post model here. We can go ahead and create a new method that says public function user like posts. So this like to say, okay, the user like the post, then we're gonna do return. We want to select a type, so is it boolean either true or false that the user like the post. Then go ahead and select the likes, so which is this likes here. Select likes, you can go ahead and do where user ID is equals to the auth ID, then count. Alright, so it will count it. So if it is there, it will return true. If it is not there, to return false. So in the first post now, we can go ahead and do, instead of doing this, we can just go ahead and call the method here. So copy this. So instead of doing equals to this, you're just going to do it if it is true post. Text should be blue. And you can see we have blue here, we have blue here. So if I should like this, it is blue. Unlike it is not blue. Unlike, basically we've done a like. So next up, let's look at how we can make the comments work. All right, so the issue here is basically because every like most posts has a like, so it is a collection. So a collection should be what should be looped. In our case, we don't want to like one two loop. So basically, what we can do is head over to our posts. We have this post model here. We can go ahead and create a new method that says public function user like posts. So this like to say, okay, the user like the post, then we're gonna do return. We want to select a type, so is a boolean either true or false that the user like the post. Then go ahead and select the likes, so which is this likes here. Select likes, you can go ahead and do where user ID is equals to the auth ID, then count. Alright, so to count it, so if it is there, it will return true. If it is not there, to return false. So in the first post now, we can go ahead and do, instead of doing this, we can just go ahead and call the method here. So copy this. So instead of doing equals to this, you're just going to do it with, if it is true, post text should be blue. As you can see, we have blue here, we have blue here. So if I should like this, it is blue. Unlike it is not blue. Unlike, basically we've done a like. So next up, let's look at how we can make the comments work. Alright, so the issue here is basically because every like most posts has a like, so it is a collection. So a collection should be what should be looped. In our case, we don't want to like one two loop. So basically, what we can do is head over to our posts. We have this post model here. We can go ahead and create a new method that says public function user like posts. So this like to say, okay, the user like the post, then we're gonna do return. We want to select a type, so is a boolean either true or false that the user like the post. Then go ahead and select the likes, so which is this likes here. Select likes, you can go ahead and do where user ID is equals to the auth ID, then count. Alright, so to count it, so if it is there, it will return true. If it is not there, to return false. So in the first post now, we can go ahead and do, instead of doing this, we can just go ahead and call the method here. So copy this. So instead of doing equals to this, you're just going to do it with, if it is true, post text should be blue. As you can see, we have blue here, we have blue here. So if I should like this, it is blue. Unlike it is not blue. Unlike, basically we've done a like. So next up, let's look at how we can make the comments work. Alright, good. So we have this. There's something we want to do, because on a normal note, we want our user to be able to create a username. Alright, so basically I should head over back to the register. Or you have just name, email, password, and common password. So we want to add a username field. Alright, so the first thing we are going to do is now, let's just go ahead and create a new terminal here. Then we can go ahead and do PHP artisan migrate refresh. So you are literally telling it, migrate rollback. So you are literally telling it the migration you did now. So I want you to cancel it. Alright, so the reason why is because we want to add our username to the migration stable. So I'm just gonna zoom this, alright, which is in this place. So right here we can copy this, we make it a string, then we pass in a username, and the username is what is unique. So basically that's everything we need to do. Then we have to run the migration again. Alright, PHP artisan migrate, good. So basically it's not going to add it here, so we have to do it by ourselves actually. So now if I should go to the users table, you see there's a username field here. Right, so the username is required. So the next thing we need to do is head over to our app models user. So this place is actually collecting the data we want to save. So it's actually telling it, okay, I want to save in name, email, and password. Basically we cannot save compound password because we can just have one password. So this field here is like telling it, okay, I want to accept this. So we have to specify that, okay, accept username also. Right, it's as simple as that. Then now we need to add a username field. So to do that, head over to your resources, views, then you see this auth page. So it was created by Breeze. Then you see this register page. So basically you can go ahead and copy this one here, paste it. So you can go ahead and call this username. Alright, I'll call this username, and the name should be, because normally this is a Laravel component this is a Laravel component, so that's why you have X input labels and so anyway we have this name. I'm just going to put it username. And you notice okay, so you notice here it's supposed to be a name, not username. Alright, so save this, and if you should go back there and okay, so auto refresh, because we have the Vite working for us. So this is Vite. This is auto refreshing the page for us, and there's something we missed there, so which is basically this margin top of 4, because we have something at the top. And you notice that it installed table CSS for us automatically. So yeah, so it installed table, you don't need to worry about installing table CSS. Alright, so now we have enough space, but basically there's something I want to do again. So let's go ahead and delete every required that's there. So what I did is I select the required and I did Control D, so to select every required that is there. So as you click register, you will notice that there's no username error here. That is because we have to say let the controller know that okay, we are also passing the username stuff. So you go to controllers authentication, then you go to register user controller. So when we have this register user controller, we can just copy this one here. We can name this username. If once username, you can require string email. Nope, it's not an email, so that is to check if what the person is the email. Okay, good. So we can leave everything like this. Refresh the page. So if I should click register now, you can see we have the username field is required. So let's get and create an account. Email address, I'm going to put password. Then click register. And you see we have an error that says username doesn't have a default value. So basically the username is not being passed in. Yes, so we have to pass it username here. So we're going to do username. So what is username? Username also request username. Alright, save this. Then I should go ahead and do refresh, continue. Then basically you can see we are logged in right now. Good. So we have added username to our database field. Alright, good. So since we have this, you can notice you have our name here. So ideally I think we should have our username in this place. So now we can go ahead to we can just close everything here, so we don't need this again. So now we can go ahead to the resources, views, then we have dashboard update.php, which is actually this one here, which is you are logged in that we're seeing. So we should go to component, then the nav bar. Okay, so this is a component. All right, this is a component here. I'm not sure. Okay, let's look at the layout. So it's in the layouts here where we have this. So instead of name here, we use username. Save this and head over back there, refresh, and see we have our username here. Beautiful. So where we have our dashboard now, let's see if I should add anything here. Save this. Then notice that we have this. So what we want to go ahead and do is delete everything with. Okay, I think we should just delete basically this. Looking at what we are supposed to delete actually, because save this. All right, so let's delete that. Let's just build out our template. So for this place we need an input field, so let's go ahead and do div. So it's a grid, then I can go ahead and do another div, a grid. So inside this grid here I can have a label. So this label is body, like literally telling the person, okay, what are you trying to upload? Then we can go and have a text area. I should save this and I check it back. Right, so this is what we have here. So this text area, I think we should reduce everything. Okay, let's reduce the column instead. Okay, I'm not sure the column is reducing. I think it's taking out the O space. So basically, if I should do something like let's say 300 pixels, you notice it like this, but let's just leave it like that. So for this class here, you can go and specify a border. You can make it rounded MD, so it should be a little bit rounded. As you can see, then we can just go ahead and do the border should be gray. So let's use gray 300. Right, I think this is good. And my focus outline purple. So purple 500. So literally, if I should click on this is what we have. And what is this blow? Focus. Okay, let's make it outline should be none instead, because I'm trying to figure out what that was. Okay, so it's still there. Okay, it will still be there because we have the background color. I think the issue is the tailwind configuration. It comes with this plugin. Yeah, so I'm going to comment that plugin. We have it load. Okay, good. So we are not making use of their plugins. Then right here, I'm just going to copy this. Let's go and have a image. So if you want to upload an image, you can select an image. So this is going to be input field for text. For file, save this. Alright, so you have an image and you can customize this by doing class file rounded MD. Okay, then you can do file purple 500. You can make it white. Text should be white. Okay, so once text is white, I want to make it everything around there should be MD. Okay, I think there's a border there, so let's make the border should be like none. Is there? So let's make border none. Okay, I think we specify border first. Let's see what border does. Okay, so that's the border we have here. This file has a border. Is there where I can do file border should be none. Okay, alright, good. And I'm sure we can do padding of 4. Maybe we can add a padding inside. Alright, so yep, so basically we can work with this initially. And yeah, so we have our when we create this stuff. So the last thing we need is our button. So we can go and have a D button that should be submit. Okay, let's say post, and we can go ahead and do class equals to bg purple 500. Text should be white. Px of let's say 6 and py of 2. So that is padding horizontal, padding vertical. Alright, then you can go ahead and do rounded MD. Save this, and we should yeah, so we should have that. So why I added this in a grid is because we can go ahead and specify something like space. No, sorry, we can go ahead and specify something like gap. So let's use gap of 3. Alright, good. So we have gap in it. So basically we've created this, and next thing we need to create now is we can just copy this. Okay, paste it right here. Just save it. You will see we have a double of it. So we have padding horizontal. It's too much. Let's make it 8. Alright, so no, let's just make it 4, I think 4 is better. All right, good. So for this part here, I think I should just add margin to the margin bottom of 4 because I can see there's no space under. So for this part here, we can delete all these because basically we want to render out what we have. So we can get let's just grab an image from Google Chrome. Let's say Laravel image. Let's pick this. You can copy the image address. We're gonna do this is a grid image. Alright, so paste that. We're gonna have a flex. So you have this flex, you can have span. Text should be large, font should be bold. We're gonna have our username alt username. Okay, so let's check it out. And I see we have this big image, and let's just reduce the image by the width to about 300 pixels. Okay, good. So we have that, and I'm going to cut this out of here because basically I'm trying to trying to find out something. So let's do place item center. Save these. So our image is center. I don't want the text to be also centered. That's why I cut it out. So we have that. And also want to wrap this in a grid. So cut it out, then paste. Wrap that in a grid. Good. So remember we said that is flex. So we can use created art here. Don't worry, we'll change this right now when it's time. Before UMass. You see the function of the differentiate from UMass is basically exactly something like this 10 minutes ago and so on. So here we use font theme, and here you can do justify between. So once that one to be at the end, right, this one is here. Good. And yep, at the top here, you want to have our div. That should be sm, should be small. Then we can go and do Laravel spawn. Let's just say 20 watts. All right, good. Let's make it 50 watt actually. All right, good. So we have our posts here, and again gap. Let's make up 5. All right, so we have the gap that we needed, and right under this we can go ahead and copy this again, paste this, but instead of this we are going to use an icon. So let's go to heroesicon.com. So this is an official icon which is created by the wing makers. All right, let's look for thumb. All right, so thumb is here. So right here we don't need all this. We don't need all this actually. So paste this. So we are going to have a like, then they want a comment. So this is comments here. Paste, save this, and we should have it right there, but they are not supposed to be far from each other. So instead they should be space x of 6. So one of them should be to be spaced around each other. Okay, good. All right, so you can see we are done with our feed page. So let's start working with also upload our stuff. So basically I'm going to be making this real time. So to make it real time, I'm going to be installing Livewire. All right, so let's dive into that section. All right, so now to install Livewire, you have to go to the Livewire website. Like as you can see, I use documentation a lot, so you have to go to Livewire, click on installation, then we just have to do this. So in our terminal here, create another terminal, paste this here. So this is going to make Livewire imported into our project. This will take time, So once that is going on, what we want to do is copy this Livewire style. So this is like the CSS of Livewire. So we have to include it basically where we need Livewire. So basically I'm just going to include it in our output folder because that is like the base where it is being called almost everywhere. So I'm going to include it right here. So paste that, then also the Livewire style script. So this is JavaScript actually. So in case you don't know Livewire literally converts PHP to JavaScript, or I mean JavaScript to PHP. So you write PHP that works like JavaScript. All right, good. So once that is installed and you see our app did not break, so what we want to do is now see this stuff here. They won't work actually with that like that. So what we have to do is create our first Livewire component. So if you show you want to component, this is how we create component. PHP artisan make Livewire. So basically it adds itself to the PHP artisan command. So if we go to PHP artisan make Livewire. So what do you want to make? We want to make add post feed. So you want to make the add post feed. You can go ahead and like it on GitHub if you want to. So basically if you go to our app HTTP, you find this new folder Livewire, and you find this add post field, and also in our resources you find this Livewire add post field. So what we want to do is now head over to our dashboard where we have our post field, which is this one right here. Cut this, then in this place here we can go ahead and just add it right here. Once that is there, so we can include it by saying Livewire. So Livewire, what is the name? Add hyphen post hyphen field. So save this. So we should go back there. Let's see if we get an error. So we have an error that says unable to find component add post field. Okay, so it's not field, it's feed actually. Sorry about that. So save this. Good. So you can see it's still working. So the fun thing about Livewire is because it is literally like JavaScript. I mean, so instead of using name here, we use wire model. So this wire model, we can go and specify the type of stuff we want to pass. So our name is model. So in our field here, to specify what we want to pass, we have to make sure we do public body. So what is body? Where is body coming from? So body is basically the wire model name that we give it here. So like if I should come down here and do something like model, no, not model, sorry, if I should do something like body here. So let's make sure I save this. I should save this and I head over back there, refreshes, and I type. You can see it's been rendered here because it is real time. So basically that is a work of Livewire. Alright, so let's delete this. So with that out of the way, let's go and add cover image. So we have cover image right here. So to upload files in Livewire, we have to make use of something we called use with file uploads. So in our class we have to use with file uploads. All right, good. So what we want to do is validate. So let's go and validate this. Okay, no, let's make it fun. Let's make it real-time validation. So I'll open that in a new tab. Basically these are validate, but I want to make it a real-time validation. So we have issues, and we can pass it inside the updated. So we have protected rules. Alright, so we have protected rules. Then we can go and pass our validation. Let's say body is required. Alright, and our image should be an image. Alright, once that is done, we can go ahead and like just copy this. Okay, copy this, then save. Then in our add post field here, So right here we can go and do at the normal way to render error. So at error, so if there's error in the body message, so the message is like return the error. Okay, then I'm going to do at end error. Let's see if we get an error. So let's see we have no error. If I should type, we have no error, then I should like delete. You can see we have no property found for validation image. That's because our wire.model model here needs to be an image. Okay, so refresh. So if I should type nothing, we see our image. I see no property found for validation image. Okay, I call it cover image instead. So cover image, save this, head over back here. This should be cover image. Go back there. Alright, so let's go ahead and write. Not if I should delete this and say the body field is required. So it is real time now. So we can just make this fun by adding colors. So let's do div text should be red 500. Copy this, paste this here, and this should be cover image instead. Have you noticed that for this we don't need a form attribute structure because we can just go ahead and make use of it like this. Right, so once everything is set up already, we want to go ahead and create another model. So models are where we interact with our database. So let's do make model post with a migration. So migration is where we include the type of stuff we want in our database. So I've opened it up. Then we can go ahead and do, we want to pass in what do you want to pass in? We want to pass in a string of image. So image, let's make a nullable. They want to string. Okay, let's make it a text of body, basically what your user is inputting. Then last but not the least, we need a user ID. So we make foreign ID here. User ID. Yep, save this. We can go ahead and do PHP artisan migrate. Alright, so that has been migrated already. If you should check our structure now, social app, you will see posts. Alright, good. Last minute today is head over to our post. Remember the fillable I told you about, so we have to add it here. So we have to do protected fillable. So how we passing? We're passing the image. Is the image I call it image, yep. Body, then user ID. Alright, so what we can go ahead and do is now we can create another method here. We can call it public function store. Okay, so what we're trying to store, we want to store the image. As you can see, this image like this, and I want to store the text. So basically we have to add the access is using this. All right, so we can go ahead and do post. So import our post model, and we say create. So what do we want to create? We want to create our image. Then our image should be equals to, we see this. Then since it is an image, you can do cover image. Then you can do store. So store, where are we trying to store it? We want to store it at posts. Good. Then last one is our body. So body, basically I'll do this body. We have to pass in the user ID, but basically there's a shorter way to do that. I can notice and do alt user post create. I can call it create here, and I can pass the function here also. But initially this won't work because we need to create this post in our user model. Alright, so in our user model here, we have to create that post. So basically we are creating a one-to-many relationship, like a user has many posts. So public function post, so to return this as many. And you notice that it wants user to have many posts. So instead of post is singular, we can use posts. Okay, this as many, we'll call it post class posts. Then for the post class, we have to specify that this post belongs to this user. For public function user, return this belongs to, what does it belong to the user, that created it. Alright, good. So since that is done, we should be able to use this. Don't mind the error, it will actually still go through. So when that is created, we can go and do session flash. So we want to flash a message with the key of success, and also post created. So our message should be post created. Now you can go and do, we can empty them by doing this body should become empty, and also this should be cover image should become empty. Okay, good. Once that is done, go to the dashboard here. I feel like we should add it here. Okay, so right here we can have it at if session as success. So even the session message of success, div not span text green or 500 session get, what do you want to get? Success. So once you get the success message, I will go ahead and do end if. Save this and let's see if there's any error. As you can see, there's no error. So let's go ahead and pick an image. I'm going to pick my previous thumbnail and I'm going to do learn doing CSS with Laravel. So I should click on post. Yep, nothing we actually have because we forgot to pass in what we need here. So we have to pass in wire click dot prevent. So prevent is like saying don't refresh the page. So we are literally telling you not to refresh the page, and I also confirm if it's wire click or wire submit. So let's go to the actions here. So we have wire click, that is just direct. So to prevent, I'm just going to search for prevent here. Okay, yep, so it is wire submit then prevent. Alright, good enough. So it's refreshing. So let's get and choose this. I can say learn Laravel during CSS. So if you click post, right click on post. So let's click on post. Let's press F12. Let's see if there's actually any request that has been sent. Post. So no request is actually being sent. Let's refresh this. Okay, that is weird. So the type should be prevent. So let's take a look at what we have here. You know what? I feel like we should give this also form. Okay, so let's give it form. So we can also pass this here. So let's copy this and we can paste it right here. Save. It will refresh again. So let's pick a picture. Let's do learn Laravel build CSS. Then let's click on posts. Now you can see post has been created. So we should check it out. You can see we have our user ID, our post, and our body. Beautiful. So that has been created already. Okay. So what we are gonna do now is fetch our post. Alright, so the next session we're going to be fetching our post. Okay, so now let's look at how we can fetch our post. So to fetch our post, we want to also make it true with that. Meaning this one, we also have to create a library component for it. So let's go to our terminal. The right way we can go ahead and just go up a little bit. We can say fetch posts. So fetch posts. Here we have it. So for this first fetch post here, right here we can go ahead and just there's a public function. There's a method called mount in Livewire. So mount is like saying once the page load is just like load any data you want to pass in directly. So to do that, we have to specify a public variable. So I'll call this public posts because we have multiple posts. So you can say these posts equals to posts latest. So I want to order them by latest, like you get them by how they're posted by recent posts. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. So we have that. Then we have to head over to this fetch post. Then this dashboard here, where we have this. So I'm going to cut this, right? So cut that, and where we have our fetch post here, we can paste it right there. Save this, and right here we can now call Livewire, which is fetch posts. Save this, refresh. So we see have the same thing. So now we want to go ahead and change this to be okay. I think we can leave that. So at the top here, we first have to do for each post as post. So where is this post coming from? The post coming is actually coming from here. So you can see public post, so you can access it right here. So for each post as posts, then we can go ahead and end for each. We should save this. Let's say we get an error. So you can see we have 0 error. We can see we have one post. Maybe there was no post here. We are not going to have this particular post here. So right here we can go ahead and just delete this. And let's do post body refresh. I say I have learned Laravel CSS. Then where we have this, basically we can delete this and just do asset. Okay, asset. It will point to the storage slash dot post dot post, and this is going to be image. So let's refresh that, and you can see we have our picture is not showing. So basically this is how I debug my image that is not showing. Alright, so we have the image here. So it's in post storage post. So let's take a look at it. Storage framework. Okay. Public. Okay, so it's not here. I think we have to do something called PHP artisan storage link. Okay, so we link the storage to that place, storage. Okay, so we should refresh, nothing. And you know what, let's head over back to social app and let's empty this. Okay, once that has been emptied already, refresh, so we have no post here. So we can go ahead and let's just go ahead and add another post and let's see what happens. Laravel theme, so we say learn Laravel theme CSS. Click on post, it has been created already. So let's refresh. So we have that. If I should refresh this, you see I have storage posts not found. Try to figure out where the image is being uploaded to. So storage, it's supposed to be at public storage. Oh yes, I think we have an error somewhere. Photos, I think we have specified public here. So upload to the public folder actually. Again, so let's go ahead and empty this. And let's try it again. Laravel tailwind. So let's do learn Laravel tailwind CSS. Let's click on posts. It has been posted. Let's check out this page storage. You can see we have posts now because we have our image here. So let's check our website, refresh. Good, so we have it right here. Now you notice that this pressure says basically anybody that's authenticated, that is person name is going to be shown and this time is not correct. So we can fix that by heading over to our fetch post here. So instead of latest, we have to do width. So connect it like that. And why are we able to do the width? The width is a relationship because this post now has a relationship of user. So we can call this user inside our width. So we are saying fetch the post with the user that created it. So basically it's as simple as that. If we should refresh this, everything should still work. So now in our fetch post here, so we can basically, instead of doing this, we can call post user. So we are going to the user that created it, then the username. What is this? Save. Then the username, you see basically our username is still there. Then this one is actually nothing. I just created that. So this is a post one, actually not the user created his account. I'm gonna do D for emails. So the version for emails, and yeah, you can see we have 1 minute ago. And once now, remember this, we want every post to have a like count. So to be able to do that, you can see we created our migration already. So basically we can add another field to it. So we can say PHP artisan make migration add like count to posts table. And we can then specify the table which is posts. Alright, so let's go to the posts. Alright, let's go to the posts. We can then do table. Then we can go ahead and string okay, actually come to think of it, we actually don't need this. I think we can make the like a reaction instead. So sorry about the mistake. Let's delete this. Yes, this one, let's delete that. We can go and PHP artisan make model like. Alright, so this will create it for us. So here we can go and pass in foreign ID. So foreign ID of user ID, so that's the user that liked it. And what did the user like? these posts. So we pass in the post ID, the posts that the user liked. All right, so we can just go ahead and do PHP artisan migrate. We can head over to our post model. We can go ahead and do protected fileable user ID post ID. And now we want to have a relationship. We can say public function. So a like belongs to a post. So you see we use post, no posts. So we use singular lot plural. So we can do return this belongs to. So who does it belong to? To the post. All right, save this. Then now for the post, try to enter the post. So to copy this. So this post can have many likes. So we call it likes as many. So how many likes does it have? It belongs to the likes. Okay, good. So since we have that, let's take a look at if we can call something like this, like where we have our fetch post. Where we have where is the like actually? Okay, where we have is like, let's see if we can do something like post likes count. So it's okay, count, because we have 0. All right, good. So we have 0 like, because yeah, it has 0 like. So let's look at how we can make this real time. So to make it real time here, we can just go ahead and come to this place and do wire pull. So this wire pull is like saying I wanted to refresh that feed like every 5 seconds. So I should go ahead and upload another image here. So let's see. Then we can say learn to create a website with Flutter. All right, then we click on posts. Then after some seconds, oh wow, this is actually supposed to reload wire.pull. And that's supposed to specify seconds. Okay, let's do class here. So class will be padding top of 6. So then it's like divided from each other. Okay, I feel like we copied the wrong stuff. So we still need to copy this. So let's go ahead and copy this. Cut that in our first posts. We're going to put that here, and also cut this. Then our first post, I'm going to put that right. Yes, save it. All right, good. So you see we have that. Then we're going to specify something like adding top of 6. Hopefully touch. Okay, that is not working. Okay, we can just wrap this in a div. Div padding top of 6. Okay, this is weird actually. Padding top of 12. I want to see where the padding top is actually effective. You know what? Let's do margin bottom of 6. Wow. Okay. Dashboard again. All right. So let's take a look at grabbing that also. So that would be our div in this place. Okay, we can go and just save this, and let's delete it and save this one. So we have that, and hopefully we should be able to give it a padding top. Padding top of 7. top. What is this? So let me do shadow extra large. So I want to see where this class is actually at. Okay, basically that's where the class is at. Then we're going to do padding bottom of 7. Alright, so it is there. I don't know why it's, or is it everything? So let's do padding bottom of 7. You know what? So as not to delay ourselves. Oh, I think we should get back to that later, because I actually don't know what is happening right now. Okay. Whether is it? I'm not sure. I know what is going on right now. So, padding, let's say padding top of 32. Okay, so these are like the paddings inside of it. Okay, so let's do padding top of 32 here. So it is giving you the padding. It's not like doing what it's supposed to do. So I believe we can copy this. Alright, so we can copy this and we can add it right here. So let's close this. Then we're gonna cut this. Alright, then hopefully we should specify padding top of 32 here. Alright, so you can see it is working now. So let's make it padding top of 5. Alright, so that took forever. And yeah, now let's take a look at the wire pull. Why is the wire pull not working? Because initially pulling is here, and our div we specify wire pull, which is basically that one that is here. So div wire pull. Okay, then let's copy this and let's see if this will return live. So it's a timer. Okay, all right, the wire pull is working actually. Yep, I'm surprised it didn't fetch the post the first time, so let's try another post. Learn Django for beginners. Okay, well, beginners. Okay, click on posts. You're supposed to have the page refresh right here, and I think the reason why is because we're using mount. So basically if I should go ahead and do posts equals to this particular post here. Alright, then I can like comment all this, save, comment this one too, save everything, then if I should refresh. So we have one variable post here because we need to call passing post here. Compact, so we basically can use compact here. Posts, refresh. Okay, we still have posts. So rather than mounting it, let's try to render it. So probably if I just new. Okay, so let's choose let's choose okay, clone a app, and let's click on posts. You can see we have clone a app in this place here. Good, you can see they are updates. Nice. All right, so and you notice that we had an error at that time that says calling this on node, because we are using real-time updates, real-time validation. So apart from using real-time validation, I believe we can also validate them. So let's do this validate. So basically use the real-time validation and also validate. Good, so we are good to go. All right, so next thing I want to do is like button. All right, brilliant. So how do we make the like work? So for the like here, I kind of like don't like we'll get back to that. So let's make this like work. So for the like here now, where we have our fetch posts, where we have the like, we can specify a wire click in this place. So this wire click here, we can go ahead and specify and say add like to post. So this add like to post we're taking an ID, so we're taking our posts ID. So we need to create this add like to post. So in our is it add post, not add post, in our fetch post, where are you? Fetch post, I need to create a function add like to post that takes in our post ID. Alright, save this, save that. So we can go ahead and confirm this by doing die and dump posts find. So what are we trying to find? Post ID. Alright, so first if I should click on like, you can see we have this particular post which is cloning up. I should click on like on this one. We have particular post which is learn Java for beginners. So yeah, it is working. So now for this we just have to do like. So we import the like method here. So like and like okay, let's just go ahead and do like create. So what are we passing? You are passing in the user ID and the post ID. Now this will actually work. So you have to pass in. You have to pass in auth. Sorry about that. You have to pass in the authenticated user ID. Then also this one we have to pass in our variable post ID. Alright, so this will work, but it's not actually what we want. So before we do that, we have to check if the user has liked the posts. Check like, we can now call like where user ID is equals to this user ID here. Okay, so where the user ID equals to, let's name this very well. So I want to check where the user ID equals to the variable user ID, and also where post ID equals to post ID first. So once we just grab the first data, because we can't have two times, like anyway, post 2 times, so it's going to be 1. So if it is true, so if check like is true, what we want to do is just I'm going to do else here first. I'm going to put this F2 out so as to show you how that we like date there. If it is true, we can delete this. Then we have to remove the like. Delete. So if the person has liked the post before, just remove the person like, basically unliking the post, else add the person you like. Alright, so it's as simple as that. So I'm just going to refresh to confirm this. So if I should like this post, because we have 1 like, if I should like it again, 0 like, 1 like, 1 like, 1 like, and yeah, 1 like. Good. So we can eventually make this form. So like if it is like, we can change the color. So meaning we should go to the add post, not add post actually, fetch post field. So where we have this class, where we have this class here, we can go and do if, trying to figure out. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out that. So we can go and do if if post likes user ID equals to the authenticated user. Alright, so if it is authenticated, we can go ahead and do text blue 500 at end if. Okay, hopefully that should work. So refreshing, that we have this says does not exist on the collection instance. Okay, I think we can go ahead and fetch posts where we have width. We can go ahead and specify another width again. Likes. We should refresh this. So we have this okay, so we have these likes here. Alright, so we can go ahead and just do, okay, let's just do width count. So with count likes here, so basically where we have this like counts, we can go ahead and just do posts, then likes, I believe. Posts and likes, then let's just delete this first and see what we have. So save this. Okay, we're having an array. Post, likes, count again. Am I supposed to pass in counts again? Alright, I think we can just reserve back to the previous one that we have. Okay, so we want to pass on with count, and also where we have our class here. So like having something that says property user ID does not exist on collection instance. So how do I debug this? So let's go ahead and do dd post. So let's then and dump our post and see what we have. So for our post, we have our model here, array. So the relation is user then likes. It is empty. Okay, let's try another one. Let's pick out another post. Another post with a like. Okay, so we have one that is here, and our error there is saying user with something. I'm trying to figure out that again. So let's refresh. So property user ID does not exist on collection instance. Is that basically because, okay, you know what? Let's remove that again. Let's call it user ID here. Alright, so we have the same error. So basically we can't actually fetch the user ID like that. I believe that is what the issue is. Okay, so alright, so the issue is basically because most posts has a like, so it is a collection. So a collection should be what should be looped. So in our case, we don't want to like run two loops. So basically what we can do is head over to our post. We have this post model here. We can go ahead and create a new method that says public function user like posts. So this is like to say, okay, the user like the post, then we're gonna do return. We want to select a type, so is it boolean, either true or false that the user like the post. Then go ahead and select the likes, so which is this likes here. Select likes, you can go ahead and do where user ID is equals to the port ID, then count. Alright, so to count it, so if it is there, it will return true. If it is not there, to return false. So in the fetch post now, we can go ahead and do, instead of doing this, we can just go ahead and call the method here. So copy this. So instead of doing equals to this, you're just going to do it with, if it is true, post text should be blue. And you can see we have blue here, we have blue here. So if I should like this, it is blue. Unlike it is not blue. Unlike, basically we've done a like. So next up, let's look at how we can make the comments work. Alright, so for the comments section, we have to like redirect them to another page and refresh this post. So basically in our stuff here, so I believe we can just cut this and make it an href tag. Paste this here. So basically this is a link that we can click on. Alright, so now let's go to our web.php. So finally we are making use of the web.php. Okay, so For the web.php, we can go and do route. Then I just noticed something right now, because look at this. This is like returning the view directly. We don't want that, so we can kind of do PHP artisan make controller, which is a post controller. All right, so once you create a post controller, so for the post controller here, we're just going to return the view like they did in the web. So public function index. So index is going to be return view, which is dashboard. All right, simple as that. Then basically, let's just comment this. We can cut this. Okay, we don't need to cut it out actually. Let's just delete all this. So then we can go ahead and specify post controller here, class, then the index method. Save this, refresh, everything still works fine. Good. So now for this, we'll go ahead and do get. So we want to get request, which is post slash post ID, which is also going to go to the post controller class single. I'm going to put this because we're getting a single post, so the same will be able to pass in the middleware. Sorry about that. Let's our name. Let's just give it a name called single dot posts. All right. So in our fetch posts here, we can go ahead and call route single dot post, then post ID. All right. Then in our web, we're gonna create this. Okay, so let's make use of root model binding. Okay, we're gonna do return view, which is single. Okay, then in our views, let's get a create single dot blade dot php. So for this English, I'm just gonna like grab everything here and just paste it here. Then let's just save that and see what we have. So if I should click on this, so basically it's working because we have this. So I'm just going to okay, I think what we should do is copy the add post into the dashboard instead. Okay, so we have exactly that. We're just going to remove this and remove this. Also, we have nothing. Basically, the code that we use for the fetch posts that we are going to use, which is, I believe, sorry. Look at the single. So the single has this border grade 200. So that gets stuff border grade 200. Okay, which is this. Copy. Then we can paste this right here. No, we actually don't need this. Oh, no, we actually don't need that. Alright, so what we need is just this. Then save. We get an error as well on the variable post. Yep. Then post controller here, we have this post. We're gonna do instead of post ID, we can call it post. Sorry, post. Then I can go right here and do something like compact, because we're getting a single post, so it should be posts, not posts. So we have attempt to the property username on none. I believe that's because we are not using the width. Okay, so basically let's just change this to 90. Okay, I'm gonna do post equals to post width. All right, with what? Oh, with the user get. Okay, not get. Let's just find instead. Find, where are we finding ID? All right, good. So right on that there. So right under the thing, you want to be able to write back comments. Okay, so to do that, let's go and do PHP artisan Livewire add comment. Okay, so let's go to the add comment part, which is right here. Say hello, then write like right on now we can go add adding top of 6, then we can go and call Livewire add comment. Okay, fresh. I see we have hello. So let's start this. This should just be an input field. So let's do form input field class should be border rounded MD padding of let's say 3. Focus outline not. Okay. We have that. We can do px of 4. We should be full. Okay, then please so that we can say message. Okay, then let's just make it bigger, a little padding of 6. Okay, then right there under it, let's just specify grid here. So right under we can get another button, which is comment. Then here we can get and do class. So our class is px of 6, py of 3, bg purple 500, and the text should be white. Okay, and it is full, so let's do which should be 100 pixels. Okay, I believe we can wrap this in a div. Okay, yep. We have 2 rounded MD gap of 3. Specify a gap, right? So we have, why is it padding py of 6 in either? Okay, 4. The py of 3 is actually small. Okay, so we have that. Good. Now let's look for topic and add a comment. So to do that, we have to create a model as usual. Make model comment. Alright, so create model. Let's go to our migrations here. So for the migrations, we want to pass in a foreign ID for the user ID, and also it should be user, and also okay, and also post ID. Then last but not the least, we want a text of the body. Okay, yep. So these are basically the 2 things we are going to be passing. And yeah, so for the add comments here, right here we can go ahead and do wire submit dot prevent equals to, so we need to pass in the post ID here, so I can say post ID equals to post ID. So I believe we can do something like this. Check if you have any error. So we have syntax that says unexpected token, or you're not supposed to, so you're not supposed to have this inside that. Okay, good. Then yeah, we can go ahead and pass in the post ID just like this. So we have on the variable post ID. So I believe we can go to the add comment here and do public post ID. Okay, so refresh this. We have that. So we should do Ctrl U. Let's confirm we have. So to add the posts, okay, you can see we have post ID of 4. Good. So it is working. All right. So now add comments here. Post ID prevents. What are you preventing? Which is okay. So which is, let's say, store. All right. Good. So we have to create a store method. Public function store. So the store method will take in a post ID. Then validation, we're gonna do protected rows equals to this, and we can just gonna have body. So basically we can say the body should just be required. All right, so for the post ID now we can call it here by doing this validate. Then we can go and do comment create user ID equals to auth ID post ID equals to post ID, then on body should equals to this body. So we have to create a body. I can do public body. Okay, so since that is created, we have to head over to the comment and add them here. So we do protected. So protected fillables. I think I'm missing. Is it fillable? Okay, fillable, not fillables. Use user ID, post ID, and our body. Then yeah, we want to have public function post. So a comment belongs to a post. Return this belongs to post. And a post we have many comments. So a post can have many comments. So you can see public function comments return this as many comments. Okay, last thing we need to do is just run a migration PHP artisan migrate. And I just remembered for the add comment field, so validation is needed here. So we're gonna do at error message for the body. Okay, we've not added wire.model also. Wire model is equals to body. So go ahead and pass in message here. Alright then, and error. Refresh, everything works. Comments, post field is required. Span, text should be read 500. Okay. Alright, so we can go and do. We don't want to write there like this. Also, session message that says something as example. So I'm just going to clear this. So body, so we know that our comment has been added. Okay, so say amazing posts. Comments, so it has been added already, but I should go back, structure, comments, because it has been added already. Then what we want to do is now fetch the comments. So literally how we can fetch the comment is, let's go ahead and make a live variable. So we want it real time, so you can call this fetch comments. Alright, so we can head over to fetch comments here. Let's comment this. Then when we have our add comments, like where we have the single, which is here, go ahead and have this. Let's have an HR. Let's paste this here. Okay, save this, and we should have it 2 times. So instead of this, we should have fetch comments. Alright, so you can see. Okay. Alright, nice. So when we have our fetch comments here, I can go ahead and have a div padding top of 4. Then I can go ahead and have I'm looking at that, I'm going to date. So let's have span font bold. Font bold, this should be the username. They want to have font theme, it should be the comment. And also want to have time. So let's say this as so we have. So we have that. We can just make it grid. Okay, good. And I believe this should be at the top instead. So I'm thinking I just want to swap this for this. Alright, good. So now let's fetch the comments. So let's go to fetch comments. Alright, so fetch comments here, let's use render. And we say comment equals a comment with post. So a comment belongs to a post. Latest get. Then we can go ahead and pass it inside there by saying compact comments. Alright, so nothing special. Then when we have so when we have fetch comments here, we are gonna create username by doing comment. Okay, is it for each actually? Let's try this in grid. Let's paste. So we're gonna do this. I say for each comment as comment. Okay, so for each comment as comment, to add that there, yeah, we have an error that says fetch comment which does not exist. Okay, let's first do comment body. Okay, we see have that error. So okay, I call component instead of comments. Well, let's refresh. Because we have amazing posts, so we don't want to have amazing post actually. Once you have the person that posted it, so you have post okay, I think we should go to the comments here. So comment, I think we go to the user. Okay, the same way we have this, we can say a comment belongs to a user. Okay, so a comment belongs to a user. I can say a user has many comments, I believe. Okay, so right here we can go ahead and do comments with user. So you comment user, then username. Refresh, because we have the precious, then you can just go and do comment body, and also comment created at, then D for humans. Okay, save this. Good. And don't forget you have to add wire pull to make it real time. Good. Post. Okay, you see we have good. Yeah, nice. Okay, so done the comment system, and basically everything that we need to do now has been sorted already. So next we need to do is a chat kind of system. So basically when you click on the user profile, you should be redirected to a chat page where you can chat with the user. So for that, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to open it in an incognito mode. Not this actually. So I'm going to copy this. So you see we're directed to the login page. So you have to create an account. Register. That's it, the design has changed because we removed the plugin there, so everything like changed. So you can go and start it up if you want to. So you can have the same username, you have another username, another email. Register, then we have it to register, so you can like. Okay, no, okay, good. Updated, this is like, I should like this is 2, and this should be 2. Yeah, also good. So now I want to be able to click on the username. Alright, then we'll be redirected to the chat page. Alright, so for the chat page now, what we want to do is head over to where we have this page, which is on the first post. So I'm going to close all. So where we have this first post, open it down. Then we also have to go to our web PHP. So instead of this, we can go ahead and do, okay, let's go ahead and create a PHP artisan make controller, which is message controller. Okay, so this is created controller for us. I'm gonna do route. This is messages / user ID message controller index. So the code is the same thing we have here. And this is our messages Alright, so in this place here, we can go ahead and here we have the username here. I'll turn this to an A tag. Then here we can have href, which is going to go to route messages. Okay, then our web.php here, let's create public function index, return view messages. Alright, so let's get and create our view. Messages.blade.php. Alright, so we have that, and we can go ahead and grab on the dashboard, copy this, paste this here. We can call these messages. Yeah, we don't need this, and we don't need this, so I can call these messages. Okay, so we have route ID, user parameter ID. Yeah, so you need to specify ID here, user ID. Oh, okay, yep. So you have to specify post user ID. Okay, very good. So you have user ID of 1. Obviously, you will not be able to message ourselves. We'll fix that very soon. So we should click on this. So we have messages. These messages here, like so basically, I want to have a flex here. So I can, after the flex, I can get have a div rounded MD padding of 4. Text should be white and BG should be purple. 300. Let's see. Hello, bro. Alright, so we have BG. Oh, so to have hello, bro here. Okay. Padding is so much. Let's give it to a width of 200 pixels also. Okay, hello, bro. Then copy this. I'll say I am good. I'm just going to justify between this. Okay, so these are message and these are message. I believe we can like push this down a little bit. So a div, then we can go add class padding top of 6. So it comes down a little bit. And what is this one? Let's remove this padding from this. And let's see what happens. Okay, so return the padding. Let's add this in a div also. Okay, save. Alright, so good. Okay, next we want to now have is the chart. So I'm just going to do div.absolute. You can say A. Let us do H. Alright, so bottom should be O, so we want it to be at the bottom. Okay, so it's at this bottom line. And this one, I'll make this H screen. And let's see what happens. H screen, good. No, H screen is actually too much. Let's just make it a height of, let's say, 500 pixels. Okay. Now I feel like, we can just create a div instead. So let's just input type. We can go to class border. W should be full. Padding of 3, px of 4. Px of 4 rounded MD. So we have that. We can go to padding top of 6. Placeholder message. And once we have this should be okay. That should be a flex because we want a button that says send. Sorry. So we want a button that says send. Okay, so but turn this to a form. Turn out to a form, then we can go to class bg purple 500. Text should be white. px is py of 2. Okay. Yeah, purple 500. So I remember I'm going to make this also 500. So save this. Alright, so that is what we have. Good. Yep, so since that's what we have, we can create this into a themed component. So let's just clear this and let's make a themed component. So say send message. So send message. I'll go ahead to the send message here, and we can just paste this right here. Save. So you can go ahead and Livewire. Send message. Okay, so it's still there. Then I also want to do PHP all message. Okay, so this all message is basically this one. Okay, so paste this here, save it, and we can just do copy. We can just copy this all message. Okay, so we are still back. Nice. Since that is done already, okay, so now let's go back to the send message. So this send message here, we are going to do wire submit dot prevent. So what are we trying to prevent? So we are going to say store. We need the receiver's ID. So the receiver ID is the user ID from the route. So you can basically pass in route user ID, but I think it's wait. Can pass in the route. I think you can do request route or something like that. Check it out. Unavailable request. Okay. So let's do let's do request like this. Okay, so basically we can just let's go and search this thing together. So let's fetch ID from your Laravel. I'm disconnected from the internet, sorry. Connect. Okay, so let's search for this again. Get ID for okay, we can use request ID. Is that it? So let's do request ID. Okay, so let's do Control U and let's check it out. So basically we have where we have posts, wire ID, so store. Okay, because the ID is empty. What do I call it? I think I call it user ID. So I think it's this I'm going to pass inside of it. Yes, we get an okay. We have no error. So refresh. Okay, good. So we have one there. So it is working. So nice. And let's go to our send message. So our send message, we can just make public function store. We can go ahead and do something like if okay, let's pass in our body here. So we can say public message. We can go ahead and do if the message is not empty. So if the message is not empty, if not empty, this message. Okay, so we want you to do something. So before we forget, we need to create our model. So let's create our model called message. So this message migration will take in table foreign ID, which is the user ID, or let's just call it user ID, and table which is a foreign ID also, a foreign ID of receiver ID. Alright, I'm gonna have a text that says message. So we can migrate this. Then let's go to our message. Okay, our message page, not that, not this. Let's go to the model message. We're gonna have protected fillable user ID, receiver ID, and the message. Okay, good. So what we have is, so if it is not empty, we can go ahead and do message create. So are we trying to create our user ID, which is equals to auth just call ID like this, auth ID, then receiver ID is going to be equals to host ID. It's going to be equals to receiver ID. Sorry about that. Okay, then we have our message. It's going to be equal to this message. I have an error that says unexpected token. What is this? Okay, good. And so once that is done already, let's just do this body. Oh, not body, actually message. Should be person nothing. Okay, so let's refresh this and let's do hey bro. Alright, send. Click on send. We have unable to receive parameter receiver ID in class. Okay, I mean, we have the receiver ID here, so unable to acquire receiver ID. Acquired receiver ID. Receiver ID. We have the receiver ID here. Basically, I'm not sure I know what's going on, but stick with it. I mean, that's how we do the post ID, and that's how we do the post ID and the necessary stuff. So, no, let's refresh again. Let's say hello. Let's click on send. Let's check our database first. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Social app. Messages. Okay, so many messages have been sent. Send. Unable to the sub dependency. Monitor. Oh, receiver ID in class. Required. I think we are passing it actually. Okay, we should do Control U inspect. We have receiver ID here, which is 1. You know what? Let's pass in 1 here. Wow. Oh. Okay. Okay, I think we're gonna make a shortcut to this by doing input should be hidden. So let's hide this. We can go and do wire model equals to receiver ID. Value should be equals to this. So I can just cut this away. So basically we don't need to pass anything inside our place. Then also I forgot that we need to add the wire model here equals to message. Then this receiver ID, we have to pass it inside here also. Receiver ID, just like this. Yeah, we don't need this. We can call this receiver ID. So basically, we should go back there and refresh. Control U. We should have a receiver ID value of 1 here, so you can see hello bro. Click on send. Look on that says the receiver ID cannot be known. Okay, so basically we spelled it. So receiver ID cannot be known. I think we spelled it very well. Alright, so it is not passing in the receiver ID also. I think I can do this. I'm trying to prevent the use of fetching the user data. I think I just want to do it through the URL. That's what is happening. So send. Okay, so it is null. So the user that ID is not being passed. So I guess basically what we'll do is so when we have this send message, when we have these messages here, this send message we're going to pass in. Receiver ID. And it's going to be receiver ID. Alright, so we have receiver ID here. So in the send message here, we can go back to the way it was before. The I believe this place. I'm trying to figure out something. So comment post ID, public post ID, consider. So I believe this place the receiver ID, which is what did I call it? Receiver ID. So if I call the receiver ID here, I can say this. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit confused. Okay, so I can say this receiver ID. I did the same thing. Okay, good. They're different. Now we can go to our send message here. Yeah, we can go and call the receiver ID. Basically, we have an error that says receiver blah 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 is not passed. So which is a messages send message. So where is this coming from? Okay, the message controller. So basically, we're going to do receiver equals to user find user ID. So basically what I was trying to escape, I later did it. Alright, save this, we should refresh. Everything is back. Hello bro. So we should do hello bro now. Can I click on send? That's it, the message has been sent already. Alright, good. So now let's fetch the messages. So for this all message here, we also look for the all message. So we can go ahead and do messages equals to message where, so where what? Where user ID equals to the authenticated user, and where again receiver or receiver ID equals to receiver ID. So we can use get and we can compact this. So obviously this won't work yet, so we can go ahead and go to the public receiver ID. Then in our message here, same thing we did here. We're going to do it here, but instead it should be like this. So let's take a look at that. Fresh. So we have another that says undefined public receiver ID. Okay, so it's not going to be like that, it's going to be this. So let's look for all message. So it's going to be this receiver ID. So we refresh, we have that, and we can go ahead and do all message here, which is in this place. So we can go ahead and do for each. So for each messages as message, can paste that right there, save it, refresh. I say we have it because there's a message there actually. So we basically need one. Okay. So we need one, and I can do something like if message user ID is equals to the authenticated user. So if it is equals to the user, I want it to be like this. So I'm taking this one to copy this. So it should be like this, like another else. So else it should be like that. Then can end if refresh. Let's see, I am good. Okay, I am good. Okay, then okay, I think we need to I need to swap, so let's just do if not. Basically, let's do if not. If not, and if not, where's the flex? Did I remove the flex? I think I removed the flex. Okay, the flex is actually there. Let's just do justify and okay. Why that is weird. Okay, so you know what? I'm just going to add over to this place. I'm going to do messages /2. Once I say the second user. Okay. I you notice something that we are not actually getting the chat there. Okay, so let's remove all this if else that is here. And let's just pass in the message. I'm going to remove this one also. So let's just pass in the message. Message. Okay, save this. Refresh. So we have hello bro and we have I in this space. So because we have two messages. Why is it? Okay, I think we are making a mistake here somehow. Because we have this. So let's go to our query on message. So basically we're saying select from message where the authenticated user is equals to the user ID. Okay. And where receiver equals to the receiver. Okay. Alright, so what is going on here is that it's actually checking the query like user ID and where the user ID equals to the user. We are not checking like what if was the user is a receiver. So there's something rather we call all where. So you have a relation which is all where. So you're going to say all where the receiver ID is a user. So where the receiver is a user or where, or also where the user ID, where the user itself is a receiver. Alright, hope you're not confused by what is going on here. So it's just a basic code. Alright, so we should go back then and refresh. You see we have two messages here. Also refresh, we have the two messages here. So there's something that we have to do. So in our all message here, we can do right here like at if message user ID is equals to auth ID. They want to add padding touch with 6 and end. Okay, so you have padding touch with 6. So it's actually coming to this plus. So I want to move it to the end. I think I can move this justify and justify between. I mean, and I can add something like end or this item and okay, text, let's say end. Okay, text end, text end. Okay, that push the text to the end. I'll go ahead and do flex and let's say justify end. Justify starts. Okay. So if it is true, I basically want to move you Yeah, just like this. I want to move it to the end. And okay, if I should do justify end. Okay, good. So basically it is pushing them to the end initially. And I think what we can go ahead and do is, instead of having a flex here like we did here, we can go ahead and have I believe we can have a flex here. And I can call this, so instead of that we should be flex. And let's first try justify between. Hopefully this works. Right, so it does not work. Let's try without them and none. Okay, so this doesn't work actually. Basically we are just trying to push the text. We're trying to push that div to the end actually. Okay, I think I know what I'll do. So let's leave it as flex here. Then when we have this, let's see if I can add a flex here. So let's see if I can add a flex here, and let's do justify and okay, so this doesn't work at all. And yeah, I think we just have to like end it at a grid. So basically it's just going to be a grid system like this, but instead we are going to change the colors so you're able to differentiate what we have. So differentiate what we have actually. If I think I understand what is going on. So you know what, let's first go back to our previous code. So flex. So if it is, like I said, justify end here. Okay, nothing happens. Then what if I not try that else? Justify between. Yep, nothing happened. Yep, so we can just add that. So if we are done with the user ID, we should have a very dark this thing. Then else we should have a light one. Let's refresh, let's see what happens. Okay, good. Can I remove this flex? Alright, nice. We should check this one. Good, so we have the let's just add padding top here. We don't need this if else here again. So padding top of 6 is there by default, and you notice it's not like ordered by they're not ordered actually. So let's go to the all message. You can do lead test get. Alright, so I enable I am good. What about you? So you said I am good. What about you? Refresh. I am good. What about you? Refresh. Oh, you know what? I think we should remove the latest. We don't need the latest. Okay. Yes. So And what about you? Okay, nice. Last thing to do is this all message here, we should just make it a wire pull. So it gets updated anytime you send a message. Fine bro. Send. Fine bro should be here, and yeah, fine bro should be here. Good. I had one last thing we need to do before we round up is dashboard. We don't want to be able to message ourselves. So the message controller there. So message controller, you can go ahead and do if user ID is equals to auth ID. We can just return back. Okay, so if we return them back, it's like saying, oh yeah, you can't message yourself, so yep, come back. Okay, so now let's go to the dashboard and let's make a post with this guy. Let's have a post. Okay, code igniter for tutorial post. It is there already. I can message myself, so let's like this post. Like it is here, so I can message this to our message is there. How is work? And I head over back to our chat. Okay, so, all right. So basically, I believe that ends the video here. And if you're new to my channel, please a sub to my channel will actually mean the best. I'm trying to get to 1k subscribers at the moment, so please make sure you like, subscribe. See you next time. Peace. All right, so before I end the video, I noticed a bug actually, because if I should click on this comment, I'm actually getting comments like all the comments, and which is not what we want. So let's head over back to our comment part, which is our search for comments. Trying to figure out where it is. Fetch comments here. So this is not supposed to be like this. All right, so initially this should be by the post ID, so we can go ahead and specify post public post ID. Okay, copy this, so we can go ahead and do latest. Instead of latest here, we use find. Okay, so we want to find the post ID. Then where do we have comments? So let's go to comments, which is in this single here. We're gonna pass in post ID equals to this. Okay, not that, actually this instead. Okay, save that and let's refresh. Right, so for each argument must be a type of array and blah blah blah. So let's go to the fetch comments here. So fetch comments, which is in the Livewire here. It is here. Then we can go and do we have our fetch comments here. Let's first do dd and let's see if we are getting anything. Comments, refresh. Guess we are having none here. So basically we are not having what we want. So I'm gonna do find. So refresh. Are we having none? Okay, so refresh. For each argument must be a type of array. None is given. Okay. what if I do 1 year and I refresh this? Set it to which property is on a board. Okay. I think we can use width, then we can use our where post ID is equals to this post ID. Then I can go ahead and get. Okay, so refresh this, and yeah, so we have, okay, post ID actually. Refresh. Good. So we have no comments here. I should go to the dashboard and find where we commented. Okay, so this is the only part we commented here, so I think it's okay like that. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Yep. See you next time. Peace.